Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cover is Zaki, Love Frenzy on PlayStation. Quick live stream of Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Might be speaking in French, might be speaking in English. That's why you follow my channel, because you know I can speak both. We have some coffee. Iced coffee, I love iced coffee. I have some tiramisu. Those women fans who love Sleepless in Seattle. All right. We have the special device to save Miller. So once we get to the end of the game, we'll be able to save him with the antidote. By doing that, we'll get the special trophy.
Would you piss off for this?
Daria says something, but apparently she doesn't talk to cops.
If you saw something, you have to tell us. She won't talk to the police. I
Can't let them get away with this.
If it wasn't for Johnny, I might have pegged you for this.
I recognize you. We're neighbors. I've seen you in our building. You're very difficult to miss. By chance, did someone send you to investigate?
No, no one sent me. What happened here?
It's horrible. An augmented woman was killed, just outside of where we live. She looks like she was my age.
Do you have any idea who she was?
No, I've never seen her before. It's so sad that nothing will be done about this. Org victims are not high on the list of police priorities. To them, it's like a dog lying in the street. You're not a cop, are you?
I work with someone else, another agency.
That's perfect. You outrank the police?
Depends who you ask.
The detective here, he's not willing. I got the feeling he doesn't care.
What about you? What's your interest in all this? Morbid curiosity?
God, no. I want nothing more than to go home. Detective Montag, he's making me stay. He thinks I saw something.
Did you see something?
Maybe. I think I would rather not say, to be honest. Because if I had seen something, and if I started talking about it, wouldn't that put me in danger?
Set a timer for 2 minutes. Set a timer for 2 hours and 7 minutes.
2 hours and 7 minutes.
It's natural to be scared.
And you understand. I don't want to get involved if I don't have to.
Sure, I understand. You don't know anyone here. But there's a chance this could happen again. The more you're willing to cooperate with the police, the better the odds of catching whoever's responsible.
I know. It's just that I don't trust the police. I would feel safer with someone like you. You have more reason to be invested in this than they do. You're augmented, like the victim was. And you look like you could actually protect me.
It's not my case.
But maybe you could help. Please, neighbor. Talk to Detective Montag. At least see how it's going. Make sure he doesn't think he's on vacation just because the victim is an AUG.
I'll I'll talk to the officer in charge and see where he is with the investigation. If I can help him, I will.
Thank you. Suppose I end up remembering something later. Is there a way for me to contact you?
You planning to run off on me already?
The first chance I get. There are times for standing in the cold, but this isn't one of them. I just want to go home, bolt the door, and never come out again. Of course, I will wait for Detective Montag to say it's okay first. And I'll still try to answer whatever questions you may have.
I can give you access to my info link. You should feel free to use it if you have to.
Thank you, neighbor. Let's talk to you about what happened.
You could just
How
shoot
come she
any
talks to
old
him and
reason.
not to me?
I have some questions for you.
I will cooperate. You have promised to help, and so I will try to help as well.
What were you doing here?
I was looking for Starlight, my cat. There was lightning and suddenly this flash of certainty. That's when I knew something awful was happening.
Where were you exactly?
In the shadows. My head was down. I couldn't move. Oh God, stupid Daria. I shouldn't have gone out today. The energies were all wrong.
How did the attack happen? What was the killer doing?
He was on top of her, cutting the evil out. That's what he called it. I mean, I think.
So you heard his voice?
Very clearly, yes. He sounded confident, authoritarian, like a general commanding troops.
What did he say exactly?
It is time to make you whole again.
Is there anything else I should know about you?
You want to know about Daria? What is there to tell? Small town girl came to the big city to escape her problems, to try and become someone else.
Did it work?
Not really. You can't escape yourself. You can't just come to a big city and expect all your problems to seem smaller. It doesn't work that way.
Can you remember anything about what the killer looks like?
To be honest, I saw more of the shadow than the man. I remember he was very big. The shadow, it covered everything.
So you can't describe him?
Not the face, no. His clothes, he was wearing something very dark. Black, maybe blue.
Was he augmented?
He moved like an augmented man, but I can't say for sure.
Why is it you don't trust the police to take care of this case?
I have bad memories of the police.
What kind of memories?
Get calls I didn't want. Tickets I didn't deserve. The policemen here are worse than children. Former captains of high school sports teams who never recapture their years of glory.
I was captain of the debate team in high school.
Yes, well, debate is different.
What's your take on Montag? You ever meet him before tonight?
I went to the station once, years ago, to complain about the ticket. Detective Montag is the one they send you to handle the paperwork.
How'd he do?
He did fine. The point is, he's a desk jockey. Look at him, he's lost out here. The cops who know how to catch killers, they're not the ones sent to investigate murdered ox.
I'm gonna do what I can to help the investigation.
Good luck.
Yeah, thought as much.
it wasn't for Johnny, I might have pegged you for this.
So, Daria was actually talking to you, huh? I could barely get 2 words out of her. What did she say? Did she see anything?
You mean your witness over there? She's not sure yet.
How can she not be sure? Either she saw something or she didn't.
She's scared. She thinks she might be in danger. I told her she'll be fine and that whoever did this would be caught. I'd like to believe that's true.
Sure, so would I. But as you can see, the victim was like you, augmented. That makes things a little more complicated, eh? Being a cop in this city, it's not always about doing the right thing, or about doing things the right way.
I was a cop for 12 years. I know all about getting bad orders. The difference between what you're told to do and what you know is right.
Bon,
Tell me
sérieusement les gars,
about it.
Front
So,
National
how
en
did you
France,
reconcile yourself
c'est
with
n'importe quoi. Je vais pas
those
laisser
kinds of orders?
Premier ministre du Front National. Heureusement.
I'm 2 months away from the beach.
Pas être
I'm
dans la
not quitting, but I respect your idealism.
It was a long time ago. I work for Interpol now.
Interpol, huh? Listen, off the record, I've been told to forego any unnecessary investigation. I want you to know, it's not my idea of how things should be done.
Who told you to forego the investigation?
Men who spend more time making policies than arrests. They want the victim's husband, Johnny Gunn, ex-PMC operative. Heavily augmented.
All right. So if you're not comfortable with this, if you know things aren't being handled the way they should, why not do something about it?
I thought I just did. Just because my hands are tied doesn't mean Interpol can't conduct a parallel investigation. Crime scene's right over there, and Johnny lives just a couple of blocks from here.
I never said I was going to work your case for you.
Sure you did. Isn't that more or less the promise you made your little friend over there? She won't talk to a cop because she doesn't trust us. Smart girl. Look, my orders are to arrest the husband. You take a look around. Get to Johnny before my guys do. Who knows? Maybe we'll actually learn something.
I'll let you know what I find.
Careful of the evidence.
Interpol. Who do they think they are?
Just because Montag trusts it doesn't mean I do.
You want me to keep giving
you
you
found
updates
something.
every few minutes?
Didn't think so.
Away from the crime scene, sir. If it wasn't for Johnny, I might have pegged you for this.
You're 2 years too late already.
Uh-huh.
Give it a rest.
Pretty obvious what happened here.
I'm not Montag. I don't need your help.
But she that would write that shit we saw copies. No, this was it's old.
Away from the crime scene, sir.
Got nothing else to say.
Yeah, thought as much.
Gruesome, isn't it?
They love to tear us apart. Keep giving you updates every few minutes.
Enjoying yourself, detective.
All right, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
How long have you been a cop?
Too long. And of all the ways to go out, eh?
What do you mean?
I mean being assigned a case like this. It's HQ's little joke before sending me off to retirement. Oh, but don't worry about me, eh? I'm a survivor. I can make it through this.
This case is a joke to you?
I didn't say that. I said it's a joke to HQ. They know I haven't left my desk in years. But that doesn't mean I'm not qualified. Just a little rusty.
You'll only arrest the victim's husband if the evidence tells you to, right? It's not enough that he's an AUG, and that your bosses want him to go down.
I'll hold my guys off for as long as I can. But unless you can prove someone else killed Angela, or at the very least that Johnny didn't, I don't have much choice. That's why I'm trusting you to talk to him. Give me your honest opinion on what happened here.
Why are you trusting me exactly?
Because you
As always, we're still
the
looking for the
impression of
person
being
driving the
qualified.
488
Because
Italia
I'm big
in white.
enough to admit that maybe
few weeks
I
before
can
the
use
Trump
the help,
release.
and between you and me, because the thought of confronting a man like Johnny
Most
Gunn
dangerous
scares the
spot on
shit
the
out of me.
That's a Bleach reference.
People hold a hell of a grudge against AUGs, ever since the incident.
Yes, and?
Well, good thing the cops here are such professionals. Part of being a police officer is treating everyone the same, right? AUG or no AUG.
It's not that simple, and you know it. A police force isn't some abstract ideal of what justice and law should be. It's an instrument of those in power. A reflection of the society it protects.
I haven't been seeing a whole lot of protection out there.
Well, that depends who you ask.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, Suddenly he's no trouble at all.
I spoke to Daria. She's able to confirm that the suspect is male. Other than that, she's all over the place. I think she's pretty shaken up.
Yeah, well, can't blame her. I would be too. You seem to have made a good impression, though. Ever since you got here, she seems different, calmer. You know, I met my first wife over a crime scene. Let me give you a very important piece of advice, eh? Never marry the ones you save.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
Maybe Johnny wanted something to remember her by. Or maybe someone found a dead body and started cutting. There's a lot of scavengers around here. To them, taking an arm is like taking a wallet.
Found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Needle, huh? In which shoulder?
The right shoulder, why?
It's probably nothing. I just remember this other cop, Smolinski. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone following in the footsteps of an old murderer named, Svobotka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. Some of the things you've been noticing, I'll be honest, they're starting to sound very familiar. Someone like you would probably say it's worth looking into.
And how would I do that?
Smolinski died in that police station bombing. If any of his files survived, they would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe Smolinski found something that can shed light on this mess.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh. A fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Okay, enlighten me. We care about this... why?
Angela Gunn was a journalist. Maybe this is work-related. Maybe she uncovered something she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe. I don't know.
I want to help you with this case. To do that, I need a rundown of what you know already.
Help me, huh? You mean, like being my subordinate?
I mean, like making sure we catch whoever's responsible.
Right. Well, I have a dead body, Angela Gunn. I have bureaucratic pressure to arrest the augmented husband, Johnny Gunn. I have a crime scene, and I have you.
I have what I need for now. I should go.
That's fine by me.
Who do they think they are?
She's just lying there. They should at least cover her up.
Look, laddie, like I am not a citizen.
faktyru, jak to zastawię?
Nice outfit.
Where you going?
It's gotten so wide, so deep.
Did you bring anything to drink? You bust into a man's home, you should at least bring a drink.
Are you Johnny Gunn?
That's right. What do you want?
Have you heard about your wife?
Which one?
Excuse me?
I've been married a bunch of times. Which wife are we talking about?
I think you know which one, and I think you know exactly why I'm here. Her body was found in an alley.
That didn't take long. You think I killed Angela, right? Based on what? Fact that some prejudiced cop told you I did?
So you did know already?
Your detective friend called, told me to sit tight and wait for you, so here I am, sitting tight, being cooperative.
Where were you tonight?
I was out killing Angie, doing whatever it is they did to her. That's what you think, isn't it?
I think you're a legitimate suspect. Unless you cooperate and offer some good answers. I think a jury may see it that way too.
Jury? You think Ogs get juries in this city? I think that's fucking hilarious. Write that in your little report. Johnny finds me fucking hilarious.
I don't write reports.
Well, take note of this anyway. I wouldn't hurt Angela. And I don't want to know anything about her murder or the investigation.
Why not?
Because if I knew who did it, I might be tempted to kill them. And I don't do that anymore.
I still need to know where you were.
In my apartment. Alone. No one but the cockroaches can confirm or deny shit. Convenient, right?
You don't seem too broken up about Angela's death. She was your wife, wasn't she?
Ex-wife. We were divorced.
Is that supposed to explain why you don't care?
People die. Whether or not I care is between me and my memories of them. It's got nothing to do with you.
You're right. Let's keep this about you. You inside a crowded cell. Your face all over the news. How does that sound?
Like a lot of hassle. No thanks.
Angela's death inconveniences you.
Yeah, well, it's been hard. Phone calls I don't want, and visitors I don't like, or respect, or want inside my home.
I'm sure you won't mind if I look around.
Whatever you say.
Before they can even reach infected areas. So experts are working day and night, not only on aggressive treatments, but on new...
Where you going? Hey, asshole! You can't go in there!
C'est un peu bizarre, il n'y a pas de Audi dans le hypercar. Ils sont où, Audi?
An elusive group of vigilantes for exposing big money corruption. What these journalists overlook, however, is the damage these hackers leave in their wake.
Son of a bitch!
Medical transports are getting... electronic voting system and elected a 12-year-old boy as president. In Russia, hacked combat drones attacked St. Petersburg. And in the US, millions...
Why are you still here?
Found your notebook, Johnny. You've been writing about Angie. Some of your descriptions resemble what happened to her.
You gonna arrest me for writing shitty poems? They're supposed to help me reconnect emotionally to things.
There's a lot of violence in the writing. You describe things that aren't that far off from what actually happened.
Breaking a line and breaking a neck aren't the same thing, are they now? Now you start pretending that they are, and you're no better than that lazy asshole detective. They don't like who I used to be, so they want to do whatever they can to put me away. That's all this is.
You sure you didn't go anywhere tonight?
I went to the bathroom. Twice.
Is that a bell tower patch on your jacket?
Yeah, so?
Let's just say I'm familiar with bell tower.
What does that mean? Familiar how?
I've gone up against them before. Seen a lot of them die.
Yeah, well, guess that makes two of us. I was in New South Wales. I saw my share of dead.
Australia? You were there during the Civil War?
That's right. And that was only the beginning. Not my first choice, believe me, but, Bell Tower wasn't all that big on choice. Send you where they want, make you do what they want, replace parts of you whenever and however they want. Anyway, that was a long time ago.
The things you wrote are evidence now.
I plead poetic license.
You've had a hard time adjusting to life after Bell Tower.
No more than anyone else.
I'm sure you won't mind if I look around.
Whatever you say.
Well, there you have it, folks. It sounds like UN Resolution 3567.
Shit!
Thank you, Dr. Christian.
Shit!
Why are you still here?
Found a note from your doctor. You lost your hands in New South Wales.
I got new hands on New South Wales, is the way they sold it to me.
Whatever else the killer did to her, Angela was strangled. Whoever did it left a partial print on her neck, which, apparently, you're not capable of.
Fingerprints are for human beings, Mr. Gunn. You'll find not having them allows you to be so much more effective.
They did it so you can kill better.
So I'd never get caught. Ironic, right? Being a good killer is probably what saves me here. Or, you still think I killed Angela?
You may not have left a mark on Angela's neck, but that doesn't mean I think you're innocent.
I never said I was innocent. Just clearly not guilty of this. Now, if you don't mind, get the hell out of my apartment. You got me mixed up with someone else. It happens all the time. Need more beer. 99 bottles of beer on the wall all night. Nine bottles of beer.
World health officials are scrambling to contain the outbreak.
would even listen to that crap?
Hezký město, že jo?
Quit, that's all.
Did you see that the last one didn't work? You could ruin my ticket for this. To the mug.
Nemám ti co dalšího.
I'll let you know if I see anyone.
Užíváte si vyhlídku? V noci se tohle místo promění, že jo? Vylejzají ven neviditelní lidi. Nejradši by nás roztrhali na kusy.
Stay alert. Do not worry.
Anomaly detected.
I'm going to assume you don't
Trace
have permission.
program initiated.
Hello?
Nejradši by nás roztrhali na kusy.
I'll let you know if I see anything.
Hezký město, že jo?
Who would even listen to that crap?
Co chceš, abych ti dával hlášení každých pár minut?
I'll stay alert. Do not worry.
Pretty quiet. We should head out for a quick break.
I'll
Nothing
quit.
will happen.
That's all. I'm just going to keep walking.
Už takhle jsme sem přišli o 2 roky pozdě.
We're in this together.
Ježíš.
My gut is telling me it won't be quiet long.
Nech to. Nikoho to nezajímá.
Wells will take care of it.
Leze mi to tady. Krkem.
Kansas are pretty quiet. We have them scared.
Jo, já vím.
You hear that? Trouble is coming.
Jen pokračuj.
Wells will take care of it. Copy that. Who would even listen to that crap?
Насрала, že vyfasoval tuhletu šichtu. Další.
Už takhle jsme sem přišli o 2 roky pozdě.
Fuck off out of here.
The news just keeps getting worse.
By the way, I told Daria to go home. I
Si
really
vous
don't think
croyez
she saw
que
anything.
Peugeot ne gagne pas et puis que Ferrari gagne, hors de question.
I think I'm finally ready to shed some light on Angela Gunn's murder.
That's good news. My bosses are eager to know why I haven't arrested Johnny yet.
I think your hunch was right all along. As much as I hate validating your department's orders to go after Johnny Gunn, I believe that's exactly what you should do.
Haha! Music to my ears. What brought you around?
I read Johnny's poetry. It was violent. He made references to Angela, to killing. Made me think he's killed before, more than capable of doing it again.
Capable, sure. But I thought you were out there looking for something a little more definitive than violent line breaks. Don't get me wrong. I can live with Johnny going down for something he didn't do. I'm just surprised you can.
You don't think Johnny's guilty anymore?
No, this is good enough for me. And it's certainly good enough for my department. I guess they were right to focus on Johnny all along. I just hope we got it right.
Yeah. Makes two of us.
Hey, rookie! Get over here! It's time
Who
to
do
wrap
they
this
think they
up.
are?
All right. Let's
Alright, we
go
just
tonight.
completed the side mission number
Get
10,
someone
the
to pick her
Harvester.
up. Let me do my job. All right.
Daria, are you there?
Is that you, neighbor? Are you checking up on me? It's very sweet. Are there any leads?
The police are arresting the victim's husband for the murder.
Okay. Does that mean I'm safe now?
I hope so. But just in case, if you ever need
Alright,
to reach
now
me,
Daria is safe.
Thank you, but let's hope it doesn't come to that.
can't believe that guy drove a Ferrari dealership car in front of me. What disrespect.
You better have
There's
a good
Miller.
reason for digging around in Max Dubai investigation. I thought we'd agreed that...
Ark is being set up. Someone wants us looking the other way, chasing the obvious target while they prepare their next attack.
What? What are you talking about?
Come on, Miller, it's too neat. You know as well as I do that Ark didn't hit us in Dubai.
Is that so? Who's this someone then, huh? More blank pages? More ghosts? Like the ones you say took out Rucker?
I don't know who they are, not yet, but I know where they are. I've traced them to an old bell tower facility in the Swiss Alps.
Bell Tower? That's just a bad memory. All their assets were sold off more than a year ago.
And I'm sure if we look closely at some of the buyers, we'd be staring at a tangle of untraceable shell companies.
You're throwing a lot of assumptions around here. What we need is evidence, Jensen. I told you. Did you even meet with Fletcher? Did you look into the evidence you found at the train station like you said you would?
The DSD contained scans of the bomb's timing mechanism. It was a wristwatch, a local brand made by a man named Stanek. When I confronted him, he admitted his daughter might have made the bombs.
Great. So we have her in custody.
Stanek claimed he didn't know where she was. Look, I'm telling you, Ruzika's a dead end. It's part of the fake-out. The Alps are where we need to look.
This bell tower facility. How the hell did you find it?
Does it matter? TF-29 was formed to cut through the bullshit, to react quickly and effectively as soon as even a hint of a threat is identified. We have to check out this facility, even if we're just ruling it out. You need to...
Cutting through the bullshit is one thing, but there are still protocols to follow. There's still a command to respect, so don't tell me how to do my job. Now is a bad time to be going off book. Word of Rucker's death is spreading, and riots are breaking out all over Gollum. If state police can't contain them, we're gonna have a major problem on our hands. I can't afford to send the strike team in on a wild goose chase right now.
I'm not asking you to send the team, send me. Me and Chicane.
Come again.
We do a flyby, check it out from the air. If it's clear, I slip in, take a look around, and we find out if my theory is correct.
And if you're mistaken?
Then we focus back on Ark. And I'll never disobey another order again.
Right.
Chicane, you got enough fuel to reach the Alps?
We'll get there, if that's where we're going.
Do it. But I stay in the loop. No more rogue agent shit. Copy?
Solid copy.
All right. Good luck.
You'll never disobey another order again. Shit, I can already see your nose growing.
I'm not wrong about this. I know that facility has answers. What, are you doubting me too?
I think Miller smells a bit of bullshit on it, but it's good enough to get me moving. You ready to light out?
When we first talked, you told me that your limp kept you honest. That's an interesting way of looking at an injury.
Your preamble's as thin as soup, man. Don't dance around it, just ask it.
I'm only curious. We've all got a story.
No, that's not it. What you really want to know is, do I hate him? Men that tore out my knee. His name was Lachlan Beats. He was a laborer. Worked in the mines up near Bendigo before everything went to hell. Beats was a family man who did what he thought he had to do in order to provide for his family. See, back then, nobody could compete with you Oggs when it came to manual labor jobs. So, he made a choice, if you can call it that.
And his choice changed your life. You don't resent Beats for what happened?
What I resent are the men who coaxed men like him to get augmentations, men who enforced a system where the rich could buy artificial expertise without thinking about what it would cost all of us in the end. No, I don't resent him. At least not anymore. I was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Story of my life. So look, on that sunshiny note, what do you say we put some miles behind us?
Hey, when we get to the Alps, we could get into some action. Are you ready for that?
Why? Because I've been flying hack for the last few years. That's the thing about us naturals, Jensen. We never rust. Look, I've been doing this a long time. Been in my share of shit too. Always managed to pull myself out of it.
Fair enough. Just don't leave without me.
Hey, listen up. I know we're not exactly pals, and I know I can be an asshole. But I'm not a fucking asshole. In fact, I'm offended you'd even say something like that.
It's not what I meant.
I'm just messing with you, Jensen. You ready?
Not quite. Let me take care of some things first.
You know where I'll be.
Alright guys, we completed side mission 10. Next mission is mission number 12. And gets you towards the end of Mankind Divided. Very great work from the makers of Eidos Montreal for Deus Ex Mankind Divided. We're still waiting to call Square Enix so that they can put Human Revolution, Deus Ex Human Revolution on the PlayStation Network so you can play it on the PS5 and PS4. Right now it's only available on the PS3. this is Deus Ex Mankind Divided. It's available PS4 and PS5. Hopefully, even the original Deus Ex will be available for the PlayStation Network. In the meantime, we get to live stream this. Hope everyone enjoyed this. And like I said, we're doing a couple things at the same time. This goes to show you the power that you can have when you have a university education. You do more things at once. You know, a lot of people like to brag and say they can only supposed to just do one thing at a time. That's what happens when you have this kind of education. That's what happens when we have this kind of education. That's what happens when we have this kind of education. And then this is what happens when you have this kind of education. Right now, we're playing a little bit of Deus Ex. I'm listening to some music. I'm watching French news. And I'm watching 24 Hours of Le Monde. All at the same time. You could do that. You get that university education. You get a master's degree. You get a PhD. You can do the exact same thing. It just takes practice and a lot of work. Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. And as always, I will contact Ilias to make sure that we find a way to make Deus Ex 3, the trilogy. So we'll talk to Dusevskis and let him know. We'll talk to Eidos Montreal, find who has the IP and why the game was cancelled. I would say it was cancelled because of the Illuminatis, but now we know who the Illuminatis are, and we'll make sure that the third Deus Ex will come out, and we'll be able to play Adam Jensen's story as we figure out what the hell happened between him and Megan Reed. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time. Si vous parlez français, la jeunesse emmerde le Front National, la chanson de School Chain. Alors, à la fin de ce mois-ci, pour les législatives, il faut voter. Très important. Merci.